introduction to the syllabus. So in that first one is animal ecology. So animal ecology is the subject of zoology. Okay, so Z0, 1, 1, 2, grade 2. In that, so different types, that is introduction to ecology, chapter, again ecosystem is a chapter, population is a chapter, community and animal interaction are the different types of chapters that are included in the syllabus. So first one, introduction to the ecology. In that, what is ecology? Ecos means house or the home, and logos means study. So we are going to study about the interrelationship of the organism with their physical and biotic environment can be called as the ecology. According to the he was the ecologist in 1963, defined as ecology is nothing but the structure and function of the nature. So, that is chapter 1, introduction to the ecology. In that, 1.1 is concept of ecology. So, the concept of ecology in your syllabus is included. So, what is meant by ecology? So, the different type of definitions given by the different type of the ecologists. Biotic as well as the abiotic environment. So, what is environment? Environment is nothing but the surrounding of the organism. After that, population. So, population are nothing but a group of independent individuals as population. So, next is community. So, what is community? So, community means the different type of population that live in a certain area or occupied a certain area. So, different type of populations they live in a particular area is known as community. After that, ecosystem. Ecosystem resulting from the interaction of all living as well as non-living component or the factors of the environment. What are they? For example, living components. Okay, so the living components are nothing but the producers. For example, trees are the living component. After that, consumers, primary consumers like deer, carnivore consumers like the tiger, and decomposers like vulture and the decomposing bacteria. So, these components are known as the living component of the ecosystem, and the non-living component of the ecosystems are carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus. So, these are the non-living component of the ecosystem. And these living as well as non-living components interact with each other and they affect the ecosystem or it forms the ecosystem. After that, biospheres. Biosphere is the component where the organism lives. So, biosphere is made up of three things, that is three things, that is hydrosphere, lithosphere and the stratosphere. So, lithosphere means soil, hydra means the water, and stratosphere means the gaseous or the surrounding of the organism. Okay, so here all these three things are the three components that forms the biospheres. Okay, after that, next one is autoecology and the synecology. What is mean by autoecology? Autoecology is nothing but the study of individual organisms known as autoecology, or the single organism is known as autoecology, and synecology means study of the more than one organism is known as synecology, or the many organisms known as synecology. After that, ecosystem. So the next unit or the next chapter is ecosystem. So what is ecosystem? So the ecosystem, as we know that the system result of the component are biotic as well as abiotic component and results the ecosystem. So in ecosystem, the types of ecosystem were included in your syllabus. So in that, aquatic ecosystem. Aqua means water. So what is aquatic ecosystem? Again, aquatic ecosystem is divided into different types of ecosystems, that is freshwater ecosystem, estuarine water ecosystem, marine water ecosystem. Okay, the next is terrestrial ecosystem. In the terrestrial ecosystem, forest, grassland and the desert ecosystem were included. For example, in aquatic ecosystem, we can take the example of pond, that is freshwater ecosystem. Producers are there. So on the producers, other organisms, for example, zooplanktons or the phytoplanktons that feed on the producers of the pond ecosystem, on that small bacteria that feed on that small fishes were feed on the small fishes, large fishes were on the large fishes. The large fish is eaten by the man. So this is the pond ecosystem. Okay. After that, structure and component of ecosystem, that is biotic component and abiotic component. And we know that the biotic components includes all living organisms. For example, producers are nothing but the all green tree or plant. They photosynthesize their own food. That's why they are known as producers. They can prepare or make their own food. Hence they are known as producers. Producers may be different type of plants. Okay, they synthesize their own food. On that food, primary consumers like rabbits, deer. So all herbivorous organisms, they feed on the ready-made food that is produced by the producers. So on herbivores, even carnivores are feed or depend on the herbivores as a food. For example, tiger, lion, hyenas. So these are the carnivorous organisms. Okay. After that, abiotic component, as we know that abiotic component, water is a biotic component. After that, oxygen is abiotic, nitrogen, phosphorus, these are the abiotic component. Again, food chain. The next topic is food chain. So detritus, grazing food chain. Okay, what is food chain? Food chain is nothing but the organisms who eats food. So the organism that depends on other organism for food, known as food chain. Who eats whom? For example, we can take this example. Okay, producers. Okay, so producers that produce, for example, grass, small herb shrubs. On that small grass, on the herb shrubs, the different type of organisms like primary producers, deer, rabbits, okay, that feed on that. Again, carnivorous organisms feed. So this is the food chain. Okay. Again, the food web. In nature, we can see the food chain where present is more than one food chains. These food chains are interlocked with each other, and this type of food chains are known as food webs. Okay, the energy flow through the ecosystem. Okay, how the energy flow through the ecosystem? So different type of Y-shaped and N-shaped were the model that used to explain the flow of energy in ecosystem. After that, the next point is the ecological pyramids. Pyramid of number, pyramid of biomass and the pyramid of energy. Okay, it is a graphical representation of number as well as biomass as well as the energy. Okay, so the pyramid of number is always upright. Okay, after that, population. Okay, so characteristics of population as we know that. So the different group of species that live together and that forms the population, and the population is nothing but the group of different interbreeding individuals. Okay. Again, these characteristics of population, for example, density, natality, mortality, fecundity, survivorship curve, age ratio, sex ratio, dispersal and dispersion. So, what is mean by natality? Natality is birth rate, mortality is death rate. Again, survivorship curve depend on the different type of organism. For example, concave shape, convex shape. Okay, so some organism in their initial stage of life, for example, insect, okay, or the fishes, then give the n number of eggs, okay, and the mortality is in first stage of life, that is in egg stage. After that, this organism grow up to adult, but the life stage, that is first stage, the egg stage, that shows the huge number of mortality. So those organisms show the curve, that curve is convex curve. Okay, that curve is a convex curve. So depend on the fecundity. Fecundity means the organism, the rate of organism. Fecundity means the organism, they release their eggs, okay, known as fecundity rate. After that, concept of eutrophication in lakes and the rivers. Okay, so eutrophication means the highly productive land. For example, highly productive pond is there because of the deposition of the highly productive what we can say lake. So in that lake, deposition of different type of organic and inorganic phosphates. Okay, because of that, algal blooms grow, and this algal bloom shows highly productive lake, and this lake converted into the land, and this process is known as eutrophication. Again, the next is exponential and the logistic growth. So different type of growth curve, J-shape and the S-shaped curve, that is sigmoid shaped curve, were included in your syllabus. After that, Gauss population interaction, that is Gauss principle. Okay, so no two species can survive in no two species can survive in the same region or in the same area. So this principle is known as Gauss principle. So Gauss is the ecologist, so who experimented on the Paramecium aurelia and the Paramecium pudatum. So these are the different species of Paramecium. So the organism that grow the different species of Paramecium. So when the organism grow, two species grow at the same time in the same environment, so the requirements are also same, but Paramecium pudatum cannot overcome. So only the Paramecium aurelia grow and Paramecium pudatum stops its growth. So this principle is known as Gauss principle. After that, community. So the characteristics of community, species. What is species? Species richness. Species richness means number of species present in that area. Dominance. Dominance means, suppose a particular area, it is, suppose XYZ species is there in that particular area. So that area is dominated by that species. For example, some pond is there. In the pond, only snails we can see, oysters were there, freshwater oysters. Okay, so in that pond, fishes were present on a small amount and the oysters were present in large or huge amount. So these oyster species is dominant species because number of the oysters were more in that area according to the other species, in comparison to the other species. After that, the ecotone and the age effect. Ecotone is nothing but the transition zone between the two species. After that, ecological succession with the example. What is ecological succession? Ecological succession is nothing but the first ecological succession is nothing but the development of the community is known as ecological succession. Means the new species is formed and the formation of new species is known as ecological succession. Okay. After that, animal interaction. So in that, the last is animal interaction. In animal interaction, introduction to the animal interaction. So there are different types of animal interaction. So type of interaction with access to suitable examples of each: competition, intraspecific and interspecific, beneficial association, commensalism, mutualism, and clinging symbiosis. Okay, and antagonistic. So these are the different types of animal interaction were included in the syllabus. First one is interspecific interaction. Interspecific interaction means the animal interaction with two different species, and intraspecific interaction is the interaction between the organism of the same species. They compete for this requirement. That requirement may be food requirement or maybe a space requirement. The same requirement were there. Again, competition between the two same species. Again, beneficial association. Okay, as we know that the commensalism, okay, mutualism. Okay, so there are different type of associations. So we can see on the cattle, or different type of cattle, birds were there. And birds eats the tick or the small organism that present on the body of the cattle, and that organism sucks the blood of the cattle. So this bird, what they do? They eat the mite or the mites or the small organism, mites or ticks, that small organism eaten by the birds. Okay. After that, mutualism. Here, the mutual relationship between the two organisms means the beneficial. This is the beneficial type of association. Means both organisms they benefited. For example, trichonympha, termite and the trichonympha. So as you know that termites, the gut of the termite. So the trichonympha were the protozoan parasites. This protozoan parasite they secrete the cellulase enzyme, and this cellulase enzyme were required for the degradation of cellulose. So the termite cannot synthesize the cellulase enzyme. The digestive tract of the termite devoid of this enzyme, but the gut of the termite is trichonympha, the protozoan parasite that grew, and these parasites feed on the wood eaten by the termite and secrete a cellulase enzyme. So cellulase enzyme digests the cellulose, and the cellulose is converted into glucose. On that glucose, termite as well as trichonympha feed. So nowhere else in the body of these termites we can find the protozoan parasite, but only the digestive or the intestinal tract of the termite we can see these gangs. Okay. After that, the next is bee and the flowers. So this is again the association between the bees and the parasite, as we know. Bees and the flowers. As we know, the pollination of the flowers because of the bees. As we know that the honey bee, that for the collection of the nectar, honey bee visit the different type of flowers. For the visiting, they deposit they deposit the pollen grains on the different type of flowers, and this process is known as pollination. Okay. Again, so here the honeybee as well as the flowers get benefit. After that, the next is symbiotic relationship. Okay. So here in the symbiosis we can take the example of root legume plant. So the root nodules of the legume plant. So for example, pea plant. So in the root nodule or the groundnut, we can see in the roots of the groundnut, we can see the root nodules. So these root nodules for the oxygen fixation. So the bacteria as well as the plant will get benefit. After that, the anti-monastic association